ho. Merry Christmas, Quick Crypto family and my Coin Factory family. I apologize, that was very, very cringy. But happy Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Hope you're having a very, very good day today. It's a time of celebration after all. Things in the market aren't looking as good as they probably could do, but that is to be expected. We're normally used to seeing these sort of behaviors in the market around this time. Hopefully it will hold strong at the current levels we are at. Today's stream is a stream of celebration, what to expect for Casper, at least in my belief, going into 2025 and the end of the bull cycle, but also covering the current good, the bad, and current ugly surrounding Casper right now. A lot of FUD. It's a lot to talk about ultimately. I won't get too nitty and gritty with that. I want to keep things as light as possible in light of the holiday season. With that being said, hopefully you're all having a very good day. If you enjoy me doing these streams daily, doing it on Christmas, be doing it on New Year's as well, make no mistake about it. Be doing it almost 150 days in a row. Leave a like, share with your friends and subscribe for more. KJI, my man, welcome back to the stream. First, second, third, and fourth, and even fifth. Going crazy in the chat. I love it, my man. Welcome back. Hope you had a very, very good Christmas. So that being said, first things first. We can see right now Casper is currently up 0.47% on the daily time frame, valued at 11.87 cents on, well, currently valued at 11.87 cents. So Casper right now stagnant, but is still holding strong above the level of support that I had drawn out last week. And hopefully, provided that Bitcoin can stay at its current price, which I hopefully think it can do, we will see Casper continue to consolidate at this zone and start to hopefully lead to an inevitable leg up going into the new year. We can see right now Bitcoin is currently valued at 98.3k, and shout out once more to the pro traders in the Patreon, the paid section of the Discord, being very, very accurate so far of making all of their predictions. Very happy with them, and hopefully continue in this fashion. Now, he stated, the C Crypto, my man, he stated that everything we highlighted has come true so far, that we held the support level at 92k with a lot of volume, and we saw a bullish leg up. We saw it held the support level from here. We saw a 6-7% rise to the current price at right now. It is now facing resistance, as expected, at the 98k, 99k level, and therefore we're expecting right now the markets to be kind of slow for the next few days leading into the new year. But so far we've been correct. Things are looking very, very good, and should we see the market start to flow on more and more, we can start seeing a lot more volatility and therefore much more money to be made through trades as well. Things are looking very, very good, but ultimately right now, being a time of celebration, it shouldn't be a time of worry at all. Just take a step back, sit back and relax, enjoy the time with the family, the Christmas family, your actual families, and also the Quick Crypto and Coin Factory family. Just take the time to sit back and relax and enjoy the holiday season before you have to lock in again in the new year. Of course, I have taken my foot off the pedal a little bit right now because it is a holiday season, but make no mistake, starting the new year, it's going to be manic. It's going to be manic. There's so much money to be made in this space, and that is part of the good news in this space right now. Read this post here from Smoke Information once more, I'll provide in my Discord server. I understand why you are not late yet. Enter crypto. Crypto just happens to be the latest crucial innovation following Moore's law. It's the next leg of technology working to help decentralize and distribute networking and the control of and ownership of these networks. Quote, crypto helps to solve the biggest bottleneck on the internet, finance. And crypto is nibbling away at centralized networks faster than 99% of the world understands right now. Less than 7% of the world is actually in crypto. And this is a document here that's stating how early we are in crypto right now. The fact that we have got a lot higher hype to come, that crypto is going to become widely adopted. Banks, for example, are already biting their nails about how much decentralized finance, DeFi, could eat away at their bottom line in the next couple of years. If you look at the adoption rate for crypto right now around the world, it's way faster than the growth of the internet in the early days. What I've been saying time and time again. Crypto is for finance, what the internet was for information, and it's going faster, growing faster. You know, the fact that we are here now, this is going to be the so-called great wealth transfer. Whether that means making your money this cycle, or whether it means finding your project and getting involved in the cycle to then know what to do in the future. For me, Casper will one that will make a lot of people very rich in this cycle. And for those who have less capital, You'll be able to make some profits, I'd like to believe, and then you'll come back in the next year and just hold this project going up. Being a deflationary asset, I believe it'll continue to go up more and more in price, especially in the next cycle as well. It's way faster than the growth of the internet in the early days. That said, if you think you're late in the game, you'll be happy to learn that you are wrong. You are still very, very early. In 2024, we are witnessing an integration of traditional finance and crypto banking. Banks are here and they're ready to have an impact. We can see here the shift is happening as we speak. Everybody right now is wanting to get into crypto, banks included. And when this happens, you see regulatory frameworks, you'll see the market go absolutely parabolic. Parabolic indeed, and I cannot wait to see this sort of stuff happening very soon. We are at the beginning of the great collaboration. The convergence of crypto and TradeFi is underway, and this has been documented in institutional papers. This is what the institutions are putting in their research paper, stuff they don't normally want you to know about. That we are going to see a shift happening very, very soon. And there's many, many more sources I'm going to cover in this video, showcasing the adoption of stuff happening in crypto right now. But of course, in particular, we then have Casper. Of course, Merry Christmas, Merry Casmas, everybody. 2025, I believe. 2024, despite its lackluster price action, it's been very hard. 2024, make no mistake about that. All in all, think about it fundamentally. Casper still built a hell of a lot of stuff. So it's still been, in my opinion, a good year for Casper. Price action, no, but in development-wise, 100%. It's been huge. We have Kraken listings. We have many, many more exchange listings. We had 10 BPS nearing its ending stage of integration right now. We've got the announcement of smart contracts. We've got KRC20. We have so much happened this year. Marathon announcing. They started mining it last year, but they announced in July, in summer of this year, they're mining Casper. Huge, huge news. We have seen Binance interviews and AMAs and multiple sources with Binance and Casper this year as well. Of course, no listing, but a lot's happened for Casper this year. That means it's setting this center stage for Casper to just come into the spotlight. Coming 2025, and it'll do very, very well. So once more, oi, good sir, what's up, Don, my man? Crypto, John, enter the chat. We'll talk about it in a second. Yes, Tony, Merry Christmas, my man. Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody here. What's up, Didi, my man? Back, Josh G. Vaz, what's up, my man? Happy Christmas to you too. And Merry Christmas to everyone else here as well. Looking bullish as always. Merry Christmas, Crypto Gosu. Let's see what's going to come soon. I'm William Cook here. Merry Christmas, Casper family. Let's please Casper break out in 2025. I'm confident that I could do so. And yes, the total market of crypto could go to 8 trillion. I agree. My conservative prediction is 6. Conservative prediction, but 8 trillion is definitely on the cards based on the level of institutional adoption coming to the space very, very soon. It is definitely possible in my opinion. Not financial advice, of course, but we can see here from Coinpedia Markets, the top 10 altcoins poised for a breakout. Apparently this week, you got Doge, HBAR, Shiba, Jasmy, SNEK, Snek, Goat, T-Ball, Azero, Dog. But then, of course, we have Casper. Now, of course, let's hope that Casper does pump as its Coinpedia is predicting, and therefore ends the year the way we hope it intends to start in 2025, which is very, very bullish, with 10 BPS coming out, smart contracts coming out, with Binance listing, with potentially Coinbase listing. We'll see likely OKX as well. You'll see the KRI launch their project. You'll see Marathon getting more involved. You'll see many, many more developments. And Casper, I believe, will do very, very well going into the new year. Right now, we are seeing the adoption of Casper grow more and more. Here we can see the hash rate, while stagnant, and those who've been watching my stream for a while will know we had a whole month of stagnation here, around 1.3, which even then is still quite high, considering we jumped from around 100 to 1.3 in a year, a 13x insane growth. Stagnant for a year, saw a massive crash for a day or two, and now it's on the uprise again. So we're seeing more miners come online, the adoption of Casper and miners growing more, and this is a crucial indicator of the adoption of Casper growing and its security. The higher that number, the more secure, more adoption it has, which is a bullish sign for a proof of work project. Casper right now is right behind Bitcoin, the second best proof of work in terms of hash rate, and we can see that the adoption of Casper equally is growing more and more. Currently 567,000 addresses growing more and more every single day. We look at this, it's continuing to grow. So while the project Casper is struggling, and yes, while down, the adoption is not fading. It's not fading at all. Not fading in the slightest. And there's a lot more bullish stuff coming to Casper as well. The PSA new integration with Neverless app. Neverless app is now working alongside Casper, buying and sell Casper with zero fees. Very, very good stuff to see. Not to mention also have Math Wallet here, who supports Casper as well. So we're seeing more integration with Casper. Yes, they're not the massive listings, but this adoption, they may seem small on the surface, but they will build up in due time. Because there'll be some people who use these sort of apps, who want to utilize these apps, and now they have access to Casper. And this will be very big for Casper's goal to become a globally utilized currency. You know, they meant to be what Bitcoin's meant to be, a hedge against the corrupt banking system and decentralized for everybody, for the people. We've got posts here in regards to still the good news. This tutorial explains how to add a custom token on the Casper network regarding Tangent here, which is very, very cool. You know, there's TLDRs here, homepage, click to add 3 dots, select your set of cards you want to add a token, click manage tokens, upper right. This, apologies, this sort of information once more I'll be putting in the Chaos 20 channel of my community, my free Discord server, which is linked here. And for those who want to get into the ins and outs, the nitty gritty to learn much more regarding how to trade, portfolio, insight if you are requiring such, you know, trading analysis, all these sort of information that we provide in my paid service once more. We do have that here. So far, we have not failed at a trade. Now, of course, realistically speaking, there will be cases in the future we might end up having a missed call. But so far, we've made 6 or 7 trades, and so far, all of them have been successful. Some of them as big as 25x's. You can see here, I spoke about this already, Exode Cortex. And I have an image here that I'm going to showcase to prove it to you that the pro trader, again, shout out to C Crypto, put this in the channel, in the chat regarding the trade at the 29K market cap. Currently right now it's down to 54, so it is down considerably, but even then it's still almost a 2x from where we currently called it, and it peaked at a 25x. So again, shout out to the traders doing very, very well, and things are going to look very, very good going into the new year. When the market starts picking up, these trades are going to go wild. Very, very crazy. I'm very, very optimistic about that front. The information once more, everything, you know, we talk about everything in the server regarding Casper, regarding crypto, the free Discord server, and equally in the paid one. Again, a link in the description, in the chat description, also on my homepage, where you can learn more about Casper and crypto and learn how to actually make money in the paid section. But Casper's looking very good, and we've got this amazing post here from Shy, ultimately covering what Coder stuff from the developers of Casper is talking about, the so-called quadrilemma that people be kind of hinting about. I think it came from Exelis or someone who talked about the quadrilemma. While it's a bit of a weird term, we talk about the blockchain trilemma, not quadrilemma, but either way, we've got here basically talking from Shy, basically just kind of covering everything about what it means for a project to practically solve or partially solve the trilemma, and ultimately just covers the fact that traditional chains like Bitcoin have decentralized security but haven't got the capacity or reactiveness. They're not scalable. Then you've got parallel chains that are decentralized, the security is a bit arguable, and capacity but no reactiveness. And you've got Casper stuff, you've got Spectre, which some other projects in this space have been building on top of these protocols. For example, Ethereum, the second biggest crypto project, is built on top of the Ghost consensus from Casper's. And that's proven. Again, all you have to do to find that is you go on to Twitter and you go to, nope, you don't go to him, it's Sats. You go to Captain Sats, his page right here, and he does it quite frequently. He reposts a lot of stuff, but he will repost time and time again. You see, look here, Vitalik Buterin here talking about the LDM Ghost fork choice, and he talks about it being basically a fork or a build on top of some Polinsky's Ghost consensus with Casper. So a lot of the big projects in the space, the ones he's linked here, Hype, Link, XRP, Injective, VET, Solana, SPX, all of them pretty much, multiple of them, most projects in this space are a build on top of what Casper already created. That's why I think Casper is going to be so revolutionary, because Casper is the ones who built this stuff, and they've improved this stuff, whereas the other projects haven't improved it, and they are now a project. Very, very important to see. So we made all talk about here, the Ghost DAG here, scalability, security, capacity, but only partially reactive because it has to assume the network bound latency. But the DAG Knight, because DAG Knight's coming out, probably not next year. I'd love it to be next year, but I can't say for sure. I imagine 2026 and not soon after that. That will solve the so-called quadrilemma, being able to be scalable, secure, and have the capacity and be reactive, be able to handle all speeds, all sort of congestion. Speaking of which, actually, you know, Merry Glitchmas from Solana and Phantom wallets, apparently there are troubles right now updating Solana balances. Again, Casper fixes this. It already does in my belief, but it will definitely do so more so with DAG Knight, with 10 BPS, with 100 BPS, with smart contracts and everything else. Casper will become, this is why we need Casper. This is why we need Casper. It's very, very good. So you can see here a little graph, kind of what happened to the space, how you can understand these sort of so-called chains and what Casper has as a result. You know, what they do and don't solve. So Casper Spectre has security issues. Casper's Ghost DAG has reactiveness issues, but the DAG Knight will be the best of both worlds. And that's coming out for Casper very, very soon. Very soon. Sooner than we think. Yes, probably not this. It won't be a cycle, but that'll make the next cycle of Casper even that better, even much better, and is leading up to what is to come, which is once more why I stay bullish on Casper. And this comes into now the still good here, but now going a little bit transitioning into the bad here. Now that people are coming back to reality and seeing that the outrageous price prediction are always dumb again, people saying $10 Casper. While I do see a possibility of that, for me is very, very small. A $250 billion market for Casper right now is too excessive, way too excessive. If it happens, fantastic. We are seeing more money than ever before flooded into the space. But it sounds too far-fetched for me. My conservative prediction still stands at $2, which is only a 50 billion market cap. And based on the other stuff I showed in my last stream, those who are here, you'll know what I'm talking about with Solana, with Chainlink, with Litecoin, also with Cardano, apologies. You saw those projects have very colossal surges in price in 2025. Some of them at the very end of the cycle, like Solana, jumping from 10 billion to 70 billion to 90 billion, some only to 20, 25 billion. But point being is, you can see Casper, as Casper Silver says here, he says $1. And yeah, $1, you know, while my prediction would be higher, and I love it to be higher, let's think about it this way. Casper right now is at 11 cents. Of course, some people might have got into Casper, you know, at the top of 20 cents. That's still a 5x, that's still decent. But if you got into it right now, it's almost a 10x. Complaining about a 10x is you know, I mean, it is what it is, right? But I think a 10x in crypto is still very, very good. And I still think we could still see a 20x from this point. Again, a potential $2 Casper with what is to come. Institutional adoption, smart contracts, a 10 BPS, KRI, Grayscale, ETFs, you know, all the sort of developments, tier 1 listings as well that will help Casper soar more and more in price. Christmas. This is a time of giving. I think Casper's going to give a lot. You know, it's already given a lot, and it's going to give a lot more moving into the new year. It's going to have new resolutions about, yes, now we're going to show you what we are made of. And this now goes in from the bad to the ugly here. You know, I still want to keep it quite light in the spirit of the season right now, but we can see here, we got this post here from Casper Silver. Someone asked me yesterday for confirmation, for proof regarding Shy and his allegedness of selling and taking Casper, selling his Casper, which I knew I had seen. It took me a while to find it, but Casper Silver, shout out to him, made a video on it about 3 months ago talking about whether the founder or the developers or the key members can rug Casper, talking about Shy. And Shy ultimately points out here that he got Casper from DAG Labs, you know, about 3.9 million Casper, not dollars, 3.9 million Casper. And let's face it, people have a lot more Casper than just Shy. But he had 3.9 million Casper, and then at a weird, convenient coincidence, if you will, again, maybe he knows, because again, we know Warren Buffett sold most of his Apple stock when the crash happened with crypto, with Casper as well. Shy also sold at this top here, and it came down. So you could argue that Shy may have been a reason for, or a partial reason for the crash. He wasn't the sole reason, because again, the whole market crashed. It wasn't him causing the Casper price to dump. But that did cause a lot of worries and speculation. Understandable, of course. So he spoke about it here in the Discord server, and then he went on to put the paragraph here, ultimately stating that he got 3.9 mil Casper from DAG Labs. He sold some at 20 cents, and he's planning to sell the rest of his at, which is only around 1 million left, at 35 cents. Now, this has been 3 months ago. He may have changed his opinion on that. I've not asked him. But either way, 35 cents, that is why I stated that, you know, while it's not a considerable amount of Casper, he is a focal member. He's a key focal voice of Casper. Therefore, his opinion does matter. In the long term, this won't matter. In the short term, it will have effects on the price. The same way as a CEO selling their stocks, you know, like the Nvidia CEO selling his stocks on Nvidia, that in the short term will have an effect on the price. In the long term, as long as the fundamentals are still good on the project, which Casper fundamentals are incredible, it won't matter at all, not in the slightest. So that's why I've been saying that 35 cents for me is like to be a key level of resistance for Casper, being that's when Shy says he's going to sell. So you'll see probably a very hard level to break above here. But I think we'll break above it, no doubt about it, in the new year, with what's to come to the space. With all the developments coming out very, very soon, it'll be a very, very volatile part. In continuation here, Chris Kang, the co-founder of Casplex, has put out, just out of curiosity, why is the price of Casper on the MEXC exchange consistently 1.5% to 3% higher than on every other exchanges? We can see here 12.05, 04, 08, 02, everything here relatively low, and then MEXC is at 22. Like, it's much higher. Why? That's precisely why recently I shifted from using Cash USDT on MEXC, which is currently down a lot more, and using Cash USD, which is just the crypto market, which currently says only down 0.12% as opposed to 2.3%. Because MEXC has something fishy going on with Casper, and it's causing a lot more FUD as well. That's ultimately what it is right now. Casper, in terms of developments, fundamentals doing very, very well. The FUD is going higher and higher based on this stuff, and also stuff that I'm seeing here in the chat, which I will cover. That's part of the ugly in this space, which I'm not going to be too vocal next. Again, I'm not trying to cause any negative sentiment towards my channel. I'll remain neutral, but I'll express what's been said to keep people updated about it, and I'll give a small 2 cents on it. A small 2 cents on it, but nothing that's going to end up potentially causing me liabilities. You know, I don't like the drama. I talk about it because, again, me being the educator, the content creator, I need to cover this news so you are aware of what's happening in the space. But I don't like covering drama. I like covering good news. You know, what's happening in the space. This sort of stuff here is what gets me excited. I don't like covering Crypto John stuff. I like covering Da Vinci Jeremy stuff. I don't like covering Fred Krueger stuff. I don't like covering Crypto Archie stuff, even CG. All these people who have seemingly had some negative sentiment around Casper in the past. I don't like covering it. I very briefly highlight it, but we can see in continuation anyways. Chris Kang, you know, talking about the fact that, you know, there's been a price difference and has persisted for nearly every single day on MEXC. Why is it happening? We don't know. But we can see if you look at Casper price action right now, once more, MEXC is dominating the volume of Casper. 29%. Thankfully, BitGet's still high at 10%. Bybit's up at 8%, which is nice to see. Kraken, once more, still hovering around 1%. We can see MEXC. Gate was dominating it at one point, but now MEXC is dominating it once again. And I think they have got some massive sell walls keeping the price of Casper down. Evidently, once more, they are. If they control most of the volume, you can see once more on TradingView that whereas Casper right now is basically level or even slightly positive, it is MEXC's USDT of Casper that's keeping the price so far down right now. Again, it's this sort of stuff that is not really hurting the price of Casper, but it's hurting the community sentiment, which is therefore hurting the price of Casper. Because people are frustrated about it. Given though MEXC, you know, the multiple exchanges out there, they are the ones that are taking up almost a third of the total volume of Casper. That's a considerable amount. So it's not good stuff to see all in all. But I'm hopeful that it will change. People ask me when Binance lists Casper, will that change? It may not be on MEXC, it may go to Binance, but it won't change. You'll see manipulation on any project no matter where you go. Think about Bitcoin, biggest token in the world, over $1.9 trillion market cap, and it's getting manipulated by like the Wall Street on 1%. BlackRock is getting manipulated by them. So you will always see manipulation, you can't stop that. Now in regards to the ugly, you know, try and keep it as light as I can. This post here from Crypto John. Obviously, those who are unaware, you've seen content creator, KOL, Crypto John, and one of Casper's KOLs, key opinion leaders, the founders or co-founders, Shy, talking or I guess no other word than just arguing and bickering on X to each other. Crypto John puts it here saying, if it weren't for seeing you attack on other influencers, I wouldn't even have known who you are. I have no intention of following you or roasting you, Shy, but you're making it way too easy for me. You're going to need that rake to help push Casper up the chart. I obviously know what he's talking about here because Shy did mention something about rake in conjunction with Crypto Archie. And this is one element why I'm a bit, I guess, confused about it, right? Him wanting to leave Casper to go to Turbo to make so-called quote-unquote quick gains, fine, do as you will, I don't care. Him leaving on this sort of negative note coming at the founders, while Shy is also combating with him, so again, it's a fault of both. You're like, why? Again, you see me, I've had beef with other people in certain cases, or negative sentiment in certain cases. I own my stake, I talk about it, and I leave it there. You know, I don't need to cause drama. Drama's irrelevant. But the point being is one of many sentiments here. Crypto John says, I don't even know who you were. The fact that he apparently, not even apparently, he has been shilling, he's been a Casper maxi, or was at least for a year, shilling Casper, yet he has no idea who Shy is. I'm sorry, that's one of the first people you should know about Casper. It should be Michael Sutton, Shy, and Son Polinsky. Those are the three people who helped build Casper. If you look into DAG Labs, which I'll get the website up for it. DAG Labs, Casper Wiki, DAG Labs. Sorry, just typing it on my other monitor quickly. This one here. Yes, Casper Wiki DAG Labs right here. If you look at Casper Wiki DAG Labs, you can see it talks about DAG Labs here on the Casper Wiki, and you can see it talks about the founder Tom Polinsky, right? The Casper core developers being cryptography doctoral student Shy. It's the first name. Then afterwards is CS Master Michael Sutton, then Mike Zach, CS Undergraduate Studies, and then many, many more. Of course, you've got Crypto Aspect in there now, but Shy is one of the first names mentioned in Casper. So the fact that John is saying, I have no idea who you are, it's either complete rubbish, which I know it is, and I'll show proof why, or he just didn't do research. In that case, what? Like, what? If you're going to invest into a project, of course, in some cases like meme tokens, there's not much research you can do. It's community sentiment, fine. Of course, trade your own discretion. But you should, especially if he's meant to be the KOL, he should be knowing what he's talking about. When I talk about Casper, I'm not telling anyone to buy Casper. I talk about it because I believe in it, but I also provide information and sources to suggest and back my points of what I'm talking about. That's what you should be doing. As the educator, the content creator, you should be talking about things and providing sources so people know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, own it and then learn from it. I recently spoke about Kango and Nacho in the same sentence where I was downplaying Kango, unintentionally downplaying Kango more than Nacho. I was called out, respectfully, fine, called out by a member in my community cheeking into crypto. And I was happy he did. I was so relieved he did. Because I'm much happier knowing that I made a mistake and I learned from it. The mistake I made, those who were here will know what I'm talking about, is I covered the holders of both the projects. I said that how Kango is more risky because, again, you can see these sort of like, these wallets here that hold a stupid amount of Kango and that could be well potentially dumped on the project. That's the issue with that, right? And whereas Nacho, in comparison, does not have that sort of risk. That's the comment I made, therefore you can get dumped. Of course, that's a common thing in meme communities, so you've got to be careful about that. But I made a mistake because I didn't do my research. I apologise and I own up for it. This top wallet here is XT. The tag's gone because they got hacked a while ago. XT got hacked, so the tag's just gone. But that is XT's wallet here. That's an exchange wallet. This wallet here, 3.17%, is actually a liquidity wallet. So on I forget the name now, it's escaped me. Let me get it up. I will get it up because I pinned this as well. It was on Wintermute. There you go. Apologies for those who are already spamming in the chat. From Wintermute, it's a Wintermute liquidity wallet, so they can get Kango onto a major tier 1 exchange, potentially Gate, also. So this is an exchange. This is a Wintermute wallet, so a liquidity wallet to get Casper the funds to get onto an exchange, which the members of Kango are donating to that wallet. I was called out about that. I accepted that. I owned up to that. And I said I will try not to do it again, remain neutral. But I'm happy. I would like people to call me out on mistakes that I make. Because I'm here trying to learn. That's once more why I'm in my fee server. Because there are going to be cases where I do make mistakes. And people can obviously come and address that to me. And that's fine. People call me out on things all the time. That's perfectly fine. I'd accept that. Now, thankfully, with me being the educator that I am, I tend to be, I guess, more correct than not, if you will. I guess. But either way, you know, being as you should be, morally, you know, level, especially when you're, I mean, I'm not giving out financial advice. When I'm talking about financial topics, I shouldn't be giving any form of influence without any backing basis behind it. That's what you should be doing. Anyways, Kudo John here saying he doesn't know who Shy is. Ridiculous, in my belief, is you've been chilling Casper for a year, not knowing who one of the core developers, again, one of the first names mentioned about Casper. You know, you should be knowing that. And then here, he said, okay, you wouldn't know who you are. Again, Shy, his name could be found in 120 citations, including as the co-author of the consensus mechanism that Casper is currently running on. And this information can be found in 0.6 seconds. 0.06. Like, it's ridiculous how quick you can find it. I showed Dagler because I know about it. But you can literally type in Casper Founders and you'll probably find Shy's name in there. Then you have this post here from Shy. A long reply to Crypto John talking about Bitcoin being the only quote-unquote fair launch in Casper, therefore it's not fair launch. Because, again, you know the developers behind Casper, I guess. But, again, if you actually look at the Bitcoin white paper, you know the developers behind Bitcoin as well. Of course, we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. But there are other people who we do know who worked on Bitcoin as well. The TLDR of his extensive post here is talking about John being a hypocrite, talking about him being unprofessional, him having a negative influence on the Casper community, and hoping for improvement. Of course, he uses a lot more colourful words, as Shy tends to do. But he was basically just saying he's a hypocrite, he's being unprofessional, he's having a bad impact on the community, and I hope it will change. His behaviour, but also the space as a whole. You know? And then it says that at the end. But to really to kind of point this point home, when he saw that I don't know who Shy is, Shy also just said here, cool story bro, except after my cameo on CG's on July 2023, more than a year ago, CryptoDrum asked him to come onto his channel and he refused. So this is, again, he said, she said type of thing. We don't know who's really telling the truth here. Choose who you want to believe. But the fact that Shy, he's saying I never heard of you, and Shy is saying, well, you did actually ask me onto your channel, and I said, no, I don't want to do it. So, again, take that as it may, be that as it may. My ultimate stance on this is why. You know, just why. What's the need? What's the need to cause this sort of FUD? I just really don't get it. If you don't like Casper anymore and you're switching to Turbo, just you can give a very, you know, well, I guess it's a bit of a difficult one because I guess he was a maxi. So if you become a maxi to becoming an anti-maxi, it's a massive shift. So that can cause a lot of backlash. You've got to make sure you're very firm on your points, I guess. But again, it's the same thing I said when Crypto Archie was arguing with Shy. What's the need? I understand why it's happening, but what's the need? We're all meant to be in this space trying to build money together, all meant to try and build something together. Shy's team, they're building. We, for the most part, some of us are building, some of us are also just trying to make money. And for me, Casper's one that will make big gains in the future, in this cycle and much more cycles to follow. This sort of stuff is just unnecessary. And I don't understand the benefit that CryptoDrum's getting by... I mean, he's probably... if I say anything, truth be told, he's bringing a lot more publicity to his channel as a result. I'm sure he is. Maybe that's his play here, I don't know. But for me, obviously people have their own viewpoints on the certain content creators who've been around Casper. I've heard them a lot. I'm not addressing them personally, because again, trying to remain neutral, trying to remain professional, if you will. But the FUD around Casper for me is unnecessary. Those who have done their research into Casper, like myself, like many of us who are here today, on Christmas no less, a festive time. I apologise for the bit of the downplay here, but during this time here, we've done our research. We also have, again, my feed community where we're constantly doing more research into the space about what's happening in the space regarding crypto and Casper. We've got the executive channel, the paid servers who's offering even more interactive and money-making ways to increase your capital to, if you want to put more into Casper or anything else. And we're doing very well. And we'll do better as the market starts to improve again as well. We haven't failed yet in any trades, but we'll do even better when the market starts pumping like crazy again. There's no doubt about it. So again, make sure you look forward for that if you want to go looking for it again. Link in the chat. But I just don't see, like, for me, again, I've always stated that don't be emotional, be logical, and also knowledge is power. It pays to be knowledgeable. If you understand, like, if you just understand things, it really helps you, whether it be through finances, being through just traveling and getting through your life, through the world. Being knowledgeable is helpful. Of course, you can be a jack of all trades, or just, for me, I'm very knowledgeable, I like to believe, when it comes to Casper. KLC20, maybe not so. But Casper, yes, I think I'm quite knowledgeable in Casper. So I can answer quite a fair amount of questions about them and address certain FAQs, frequently asked questions. For stuff I don't know, people who know more than I do in some other parts, like my mods, shout out to Mr. Marl, shout out to Casper God, shout out to Cody. Those who also know stuff that I don't know. Even there are more people like Poker Seraphim know stuff I don't know, Muscle Mike. People who are in my community who I see on a regular occurrence, who constantly are informing people and just help people out, just bringing the knowledge together. Being knowledgeable is very, very important, and it helps. The fact that I have the again, this sounds a little unhumble, and I apologize if it comes across that way, but the fact that I have the level of knowledge I have in this space of years of research and trial and error and failing, whilst also overcoming it, I was able to determine that when we saw this peak in Casper, hoping it would go higher, and I said it could do, we saw Warren Buffett sell half his stock in Apple. We saw the Fed not cut rates, and then we start seeing the Japanese yen rise and rally against the dollar. Warren Buffett selling half his stock in Apple is no small feat. To me, I stated we could potentially see a massive collapse in the market. And we did. We saw crypto, Bitcoin, Casper drop down massively. This crash in particular, we saw Warren Buffett sell on this candle here, this day here, And that's when the weekend and trading market closed. It opened up again on Monday, and we saw this crash like anything else. And that's because I understand what certain real-world developments can do to a market. I understand why capital price is down right now and struggling. It's moved nothing for a year. It's being manipulated to an extent. At least I like to believe so. But you're seeing so much being built. Again, 10 per second coming out in 3 months. Smart contracts coming out in about 7 months. You're seeing the KRI launching their projects following smart contracts. You're seeing Binance gearing up very, very soon. Coinbase are now talking to Casper finally. OKX is the venture of the KEF. So they probably list Casper as well. You're seeing regulatory frameworks coming through very, very soon. Posts here saying we're early. Like there's so much to come for crypto. The good of what is to come. Casper has struggled, but I don't think it's missing the cycle. It might be late, but I think if anything, we're going to probably see a pump for Casper similar to what we saw with the likes of Solana or Cardano or Chainlink or Litecoin. Take your pick of which one you want to choose to, but you look at Solana here. As I mentioned in my stream yesterday, you saw it in its first ever bull cycle not do anything until 2021 of August. So that for this time right now, in comparison, it would be 2025 of August. So it didn't do anything till the last 2 months of the cycle where it pumped from 10 billion to 78, 80 billion. Take Cardano, for example, where I'm not going to count this. I mean, in its first cycle here, 2017, November, and then it peaked January 18th. But you take it from the other cycle here, this cycle here in comparison then, you saw it start to rally, start in the new year 2021. In January it started to rally, going from 10 billion into May of 64 billion, correction, and then you saw double top and it went up to 90 billion, 100 billion almost. Take Litecoin, or Chainlink here. Pump not as aggressive in comparison, but again, didn't move. It started making this is similar to Casper here. It made a peak of 6 billion in August, where Casper made an all-time high on August 1st. So again, similar months, made a peak, then came down, did nothing until the new year of 2021. And then, in the next 5 months, pumped from 4 billion to 20 billion. That could be similar to Casper, therefore putting it around a $1 price target, or maybe slightly higher than that. And I think Casper better than Chainlink anyway, so hopefully could do that. And then you've got example Litecoin as well, being another proof of work. First cycle here, not pumping. That's again, it's much older project. So again, this is actually a very old cycle. So this is a 2018 cycle. So that one here did nothing. Didn't do anything. 2017 started rallying. 2017 still, and then it got to a peak here, and then it did a massive spike here. In 2018, peaked here. Go to the next cycle though, because the 2021 cycle's, I guess, easier to analyze to an extent. It started moving in November. It started rallying up very early on. Casper's not doing that. But the point being, you saw in the span from, 21st of November to May, so 7 months, it jumped from around 5 billion to 20 billion. So again, you've seen a rally consistently going up with Litecoin. My point is you can see projects rally for quite some time in a space. Casper's been struggling for a while, but again, multiple massive cap projects. Solana, Cardano, Chainlink, Litecoin all did similar stuff. When the time was right, it pumped. Casper had a year consolidation. You've seen other projects do the same thing. People said Solana was dead. Here, where it came from being at around a 13 billion market cap in 2022, in August, and it came down to a 5 billion market cap. Oh, Solana's dead now. It was down here for ages. It did nothing for a year, and then just started running up, and I'm at all-time high. And once more, this sort of stuff here happened to Solana and Phantom Wallet because they are not a great platform. They're quick, but they have loads of issues, security issues. Casper solved this with their DAG with their smart contract, with their 10 BPS, with their Ghost stack already right now is better. But DAG will fix all of that. That's why I think Casper's going to be better. It's not going to do necessarily that sort of stuff this cycle. While possible, for me, without the VC backing, without the institutional adoption, that at least at the same level, because Solana will get ETFs as well, and everything else. Casper should get one. I'd like to believe it will do, but again, time will tell. The pump may not be as significant this cycle. Next cycle, I think it'll be insane, and I'll be DCAing into the bear market, talk about strategies doing so again once more in my community, especially in the executive channel where we're talking about the exit strategy, stuff like that to do with crypto projects as well. We'll go check it out if you want to. But things are going very, very well for crypto and Casper. I like to believe it's stagnant, but I don't think the price is down. Again, this is not like different. We've not seen anything different with crypto. I was here in the last cycle, so I've seen this stuff before. I was here in the bear cycle, building the bear cycle. I didn't make content back then, but I was learning more, and I learned a lot. I made failed trades. I made good trades. And I continue to learn more and more, and I believe knowledge is power. That's why I continue to learn more, and that's why when I started doing my content, that's when I started doing these streams, I launched my community at the same time. So then there was a way for us to all collectively learn more together. That was the whole premise of why I did. So, the good news, in a sort of TLDR sense, is we are not late. Crypto's going much higher very soon. And we are seeing a massive integration right now of trade via crypto banking, a massive conjunction, and what Casper's building may start gaining some of that influence and adoption at the end of the cycle, and going into the new cycle, I think we'll see a massive adoption thanks to the KRI being market makers for Casper. They're seeing here, September 2024, so 3-4 months back, the National Credit Union Administration VP Kyle S. Waptman, apologize, I probably butchered that name. He stated that stablecoins are already changing America's creaky payment system, especially for international payments. Major statement, right? Why? Because stablecoins are important. I've mentioned it multiple times. The Fed has showcased proof that it's over 80% of all transactions on crypto being stablecoins. Donald Trump everyone wants people to pass stablecoin regulations. Ripple released their own stablecoin as well. It's a very, very big deal. And Casper recently made an update coming to testnet 10. Recently made an announcement on coming to testnet 10. Introducing 4 new operations, 4 new ops that are a crucial step towards the implementation of smart contracts. Or stablecoins. Currently undergoing testing on testnet 10, these new features add support for stablecoins to be built on Casper. Ops being issue, burns, blacklist, and chow. Very big news. You'll see 10 PPS come out, so it'd be better for stablecoins as well, and much, much more. And not to mention as well, you've got the KRI who are building Warp Core and the Gigawatt stablecoin. Warp Core could be ISO 292 compliant. Gigawatt stablecoins will be utilized for the energy sector. So you're going to see a lot more stablecoins coming out, and you'll see Casper being potentially a massive hub, and maybe even the key hub for stablecoins as well, based on its nature, its decentralized nature. Again, as Shai puts it, being the so-called quadrilemma solver with Dagnite coming out. Casper, for me, has got a lot coming to it. You're seeing a big shift happening in crypto. Next year is going to be parabolic. The fact you're seeing Turkey as well, many other institutions and companies right now, and countries who are passing laws that requires crypto users to provide identification, data for transactions exceeding $425. Point being, you're seeing many more regulations coming out for crypto. Worldwide, Russia, China, US, UK. Some of them are a bit more stingy than others, strict than others, but either way you're seeing it in Dubai as well, everywhere. People want crypto, they want to pass laws for crypto. America's late, but with the introduction of the new bills, being the FIT21 bill out, and also being the stablecoin bill out, you'll see a lot more adoption. A lot more adoption. That might also help America catch up to the regulators, because believe it or not, it can be a big deal, the stablecoin bill, because a lot of stablecoins right now, if not all of them, 99% of stablecoins are US dollar dominant. USDT, US dollar Tether, USD Circle, US dollar Circle, RLUST, Ripple, real Ripple stablecoin, Ripple US dollar. Like everything right now is denominated in dollar. There aren't many that are, yen or yuan or sterling or whatever it may be, or euro or rupee, or you get the picture. I don't know. I can't think of what Russia uses. You get the point. American stablecoins are very, very big, and that'll help. And I think Casper going to also touch onto that sector as well. And for what its platform's going to be, it's going to be utilized very, very well. So the good is we are early with crypto still, and a lot more is coming. Casper's growing more in adoption, higher hash rate, more holders. KRC20 is, while still be a little stagnant right now, I think it's going to do very, very well. Tangem have now integrated, and you now can get Tangem with KRC20, which is huge news. Having safekeeping of your assets, which you cannot overlook how big that is, especially now you're seeing more and more announcements like this, even from exchanges who are now freezing their assets and their accounts. So if you've got a Tangent wallet, I'd recommend, not financial advice, but I'd recommend at least looking into it. Tangent, one key ledger, just have safekeeping of your assets, because the last thing you want to do is have it on an exchange, want to take out, and then they just say, oh yeah, we can't do it right now. you end up missing the top or something like that because you couldn't take out in time. They could very well do that. If they're not got the liquidity to back it, they could do that. So, you know, I'd be careful is my point. But I think big things coming to Casper. Potentially we'll see a breakout. And the fact that Bitcoin right now is holding this again. Shout out to the Pro Trader C Crypto in the executive channel who called that it would be a good opportunity. Again, not advisor, but a good opportunity to short Casper on this day. Or not Casper, Bitcoin. You could short Bitcoin on this day, and he was correct. Saying there's a strong level of volume at 92k. You would have been a 5% if you shorted Bitcoin here. And if you leveraged it, you could have been a lot more. And then said this could be, because it's got so much volume there, it will be a key support level, and you potentially see it reverse for a leg up and a breakout, or a break. You can see a reversal and a break up. So you long it from there. Those who decide to listen, you would have seen shorting it from here, 5%, and then you decide to long it once you still hit that support, put a leverage order in there. You would also made a 7% from here as well. Traders are going crazy right now. That's one of many calls I'm making regarding trading, and I make a lot more Bitcoin going parabolic. And this 25x is just nothing compared to the sort of gains I'm sure we're going to be making in the cycle as well. Of course, not all gains will be volatile. Realistic here. But of course, I have my own method of how I like to trade as well. Obviously, I've listened to the pro trader as well, who's given some picks. And me personally, I manage my risks with these sort of assets. I would have probably taken out, I would have taken my initial profits out once it 2x'd. So therefore, all the rest of the profit that's in there, I'll be just leaving the profit in there, letting it ride. So therefore, if I made a 2x, take out my initial profit, my initial investment, so now for it's just the profit riding, I have no emotional attachment to that trade anymore. And the rest of it is just going to be gains. If I lose it all, I've already made my profit back, so it's fine. That sort of trading strategy that we talk about in a lot more detail in the executive channel again, once more, right here. And small caps as well, these sort of very small cap projects, the belief that C Crypto put out, and even I believe in as well, that small caps should be used to accumulate capital, not necessarily for these big 20. I mean, 25x are fantastic, of course, everyone loves that, but they're used to accumulate capital, building up bit by bit, not 2,000x's and then you're now a millionaire. Of course, that happens, fantastic, but no. Those who post that sort of stuff on Twitter online all the time, either they're lying or they got very, very lucky, or they're insider traders. You can get fortunate. This was one case of such where if you did take out the top, you got a 25x, fantastic. But of course, you've got to trade at your own discretion. But again, the trader's been very, very good. So shout out to him, FT Crypto. And we're going to see a lot more come to the space, I believe, very, very soon. The good news is we are early. And things are going to look very, very up for Casper right here. The bad news, in a sense, is, we're going to see a lot more struggle for Casper. More funds going to be growing more and more, no doubt about it. So do your own research, have your own conviction, and just remain vigilant. I do think we'll see a strong level of resistance here at 35 cents based on what Shai stated here. Information once more on my Discord server is pinned in the general chat. You go and check it out for yourself. And even Mexi once more still very much being dodgy, manipulating the price of Casper. Even now the Casper co-founder talking about it, which is saying something. The so-called KOLs and Twitter accounts talk about it quite often. The fact that Chris Kang talking about it again is quite a big deal. He's the type of guy who knows about the space, knowing that fact that Casper with ZK Ocus with smart contracts and TPS will be the end game for layer ones, knowing that right now the current blockchain platforms like Ethereum, they'll be making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in transactions a day. They make millions a day, dollars, and with Casper being decentralized, being TPS, being smart contracts, it could actually steal a lot of that from those other platforms because they don't want to change from being centralized because they don't need to. It already works for them, but Casper will therefore being decentralized and being as fast and not faster will steal that liquidity and that money, making it the most dominant. So Casper got a lot of big things coming through it. Bit negative right now in this regard, of course, in the bad and the ugly being this Crypto John stuff. It's a shame. It's a shame. And Crypto Matt here puts about, again, while avoiding the colourful language he tends to use, or more, I guess, short-tongued. No disrespect to the man. Again, I want to try and remain relatively neutral, but one thing I do agree with in these sections here is the so-called allegations made about these content creators who are apparently bad faith with their community. With where crypto's going, with regulatory frameworks coming through very, very soon. You've seen it with the Hawk Tour girl. I actually looked into it. Hawk Tour girl did get sued following her crypto scam. Those who know about it, you know what I'm talking about. With where regulations are going right now, a lot of these content creators, if they're doing this sort of stuff, they could be liable. That's once more why with my community, I made the price of it far less than most other communities who are charging $100, $200 for this sort of stuff. Mine's significantly less. And also, because I understand where the space is going, the last thing I want to do, in general, anyways, as a moral thing, I would never do it, but also knowing the space is going, the last thing I want to do is end up becoming someone who would end up, even unintentionally, don't want to rug nobody. That's not my intention. I never want to do that, and hopefully will never do that. In fact, no, hopefully I will never do that. I'm very, very open about the trades I make. Those who are in the executive channel know a lot more, because of course they're, getting that extra little bit of service because they do pay for it. But there's a lot coming to the space, and that is something that I do agree with here with Crypto Matt, that with regulations coming through very, very soon, the not financial but giving financial advice can lead to a lot of lawsuits in the future if they're not careful. So, that's once more why with everything I've been saying, I always reiterate not financial advice, do your own research, trade your own discretion, and once more also, I also, always tread on the line of caution in regard to what I'm talking about. But also, I let everyone have their own opinion, right? And also why I stay ahead of beef. Because again, in regard to legal action, if these allegations that have been happening in this space turn out to be incorrect, which again, they could be, I'm not directly affected by them, it's not happened to me. If the allegations are incorrect, that could also leave me liable. So I stay very neutral in regard to what we're talking about and speak as a general consensus, not targeting one person. You should always do your own research. You should always do your own research when in the space and know there's big things coming, massive things coming. I've missed a hell of a lot of questions. I apologise for that. I'll try and get to them as I can now. Casper to 75 cents minimum. I do agree. I think that's a very achievable target. Casper will be ready next year. Stop waiting. I agree. I do think so. I think the same thing, although I've been swing trading Casper and doing well. I mean, yeah, people can do well swing trading Casper. There's no doubt about it. I don't trade Casper personally. I just use it as my, my investment on store of value for big gains in the future. I swing trade other assets. I also trade in these sort of degen memes, stuff like that. Again, shout out to the project who's calling these out. We've had 4 or 5 calls and they've all done well. I mean, there was a 3x on that happened with EcoFuck here. We called it from this level here at 37k, and it peaked up here at 120k. We had a 3x in that, and of course then we got a 25x in that. Of course that's at the very, very peak, but again, I've been able to trade these and make extra capital to then put that into more investments as well. So it's been very good. So more solids and bigger breakout. I mean, hopefully if this article here is correct, we'll see a big breakout very, very soon. Is it okay to swap 50% of Casper for Turbo? I'm 100% Casper and I lost all the gains 2024 on opportunity cost. Not financial advice, my man. Not financial advice. Me personally, I don't hold 100% Casper. You can do if you want to. I think Casper's going to have some decent gains in the new year, personally. But I don't hold 100% of my assets in Casper. I've diversified. I hold 60-70% in Casper. Then I hold some in XRP, some in SUI, some in C, some in Tau, some in Desync. I called Desync actually very, very early. Called Desync, the Destra network here, currently at 34 cents. It did peak at 50 earlier. I called it down here around 14, and I think it's going to come back up. I think it'd be easily $1, maybe $2 this cycle. It's AI, and AI is going to be a massive gain in this cycle. Also, once more that I spoke about multiple times, and also information in my channel once more how big AI is going to be in this space. But I hold multiple projects. I've diversified my assets, and also with memes in particular, the profit I make from memes, I then put it back into Casper should I choose to. If you want to put some into Turbo, man, go for it. Do your own research, trade your own discretion. Don't just listen to what other people say. You should always do it at your own discretion, at your own risk. But I believe diversification is quite a good idea, and equally, if you want to have an understanding of portfolio management and risk management, then again, if you choose to, you could check out this. You could check out this server here, or this the Patreon part here. Once more, I'll link it in the chat, and you'll be able to learn a hell of a lot more, my man. Like a hell of a lot more. I'm losing my marbles because I don't know where the link is. From what I understand, after 2022 integrated into the banking system protocol, yes. So effectively, after 2022 is a new messaging system that's integrated into the banking messaging system. So it's an integral part of it. So after 2022 is an integral part for the banking system to work. So that's why a lot of the when XRP finally seemingly won their lawsuit when Gallagher said he's leaving, a lot of the XRP like native tokens, or ones like XRP, so you got XLM, you got XDC, you got HBAR, you got Algorand, you got Quant, all of them started pumping as well because they're also all ISO 292 compliant. Trust me, I understand lots of gains lost. I swapped all my Solana for Jasmine and Casper both pumped. Turbo is solid and it's going to pump. Turbo, yeah, Turbo might do well. I mean, in terms of memes, I think Turbo is not a bad one. Oh, nothing against Turbo. People talking about, we got obviously a meme section again in my free community as well. And Turbo is one that's talked about quite a bit, as well as Manakey as well as I think it's Simon's Cat. Yeah, Simon's Cat as well is talked about quite a bit. There are multiple memes we're talking about. So, I mean, yeah, people who are quite vocal in there, who seem to know quite a lot, is Poker Seraphim seems to be quite knowledgeable about that. Which I'm you know, good about. I think Nadehart's also quite decent about that as well. You know, Nadehart's a bit of a troll, so mind him, but he seems to be quite knowledgeable in memes. And you can all just talk about stuff and learn more together ultimately. Of course, trade it on discussion and do your own research, but you know, we've got the meme channel is the second most active after the general chat, and then KRC20 as well. And I'm sure it'll get more and more active as the bull cycle goes up more and more. Swapping is always painful 100%. I also swapped altcoins pump. I mean, yeah, I did also make a little bit of a hiccup. Not much, because again, I also had the discretion to be careful. But with XRP, I was holding XRP the whole time. And then XRP pumped up to $1. And I was like, okay, I'm surprised it did that so quickly. But I'm going to take out I took out some of my XRP and put it into C. Which I think I split into C at around 50 cents, so I'm a bit down right now. But either way, C's going to do very big for me. I believe it's going to probably reach about $3, $4, maybe even $5. Based on it being quite similar to Sui, except I think it's better than Sui actually. But either way, XRP, of course, I'll take out $1 and then pump to $2.90. Like, how was I meant to know that? Again, it's always a bit of a risk to reward type of factor. But I'll hold million Casper and all my wealth in it, bought it all the way until 20 cents. If it doesn't pump in a few weeks, then I'm done with it. I mean, I apologize, my man. I know it's frustrating. If you want to get out, of course, that's your own decision. I believe Casper's got much higher to come in this cycle. I do believe a lot of people are very frustrated with this negative price action this here. So I think there's going to be a very, very strong level of resistance, probably at zones around here to, I'd imagine here. Very, very strong. People who bought up here be like, oh, fine, I can be out of this project. It's not going to be able to break above here. Then it's going to be like, oh, I made a small gain now. I'm going to not be able to. And then once it breaks above that, it'll go parabolic. But of course, time will tell. It's a difficult time now. Casper needs support. If Bitcoin goes under 90k, Casper will enter new lows. I think that's also possible again. Again, we'll have to see what happens in the new year. According to the pro trader, see Crypto My Man, shout out to you once more. He stated in a similar sense that so far been correct. He suspects that the market will probably cool down a little bit or be quite slow. Not necessarily cool down, but be quite slow for the next few days in this Christmas holiday, and then probably start. We might then see some more activity in the new year. Maybe it ramps up again. We'll have to wait and see, depending on announcements made. Probably in the political sense of things as well regarding Donald Trump and their regulations. Green candle for Christmas, best present maker to y'all. Big up to you, Curiosity. Welcome back, my man. I am now, though, meant to be imminently leaving to go spend time with family. As you know, Christmas holiday and stuff like that is almost an hour stream, so I'm going to be answering some more questions and wrapping up while I can. But, I'll see you, still chilling here with all you guys. Hope you had a very, very good day. Those who are ones receiving gifts, had a very, very good gift. Those who are giving gifts, hopefully, those who have kids as well, had the best reaction you saw from your children's face. I would have loved to have seen that. I'm going to be seeing a lot of my nieces and nephews later today with their happy faces from their gifts as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. Also, while I terrorise them, you got to do it. You got to be the fun uncle sometimes. Just bully your nieces and nephews. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. That's not. I promise you, I'm not doing anything wrong though. Casper is got to have its day soon. Way too much tech institutional money going to flow into it. I agree completely, my man. I completely agree. And as Bufflink says, I always forget, but Bufflink always reminds me, if you enjoy these streams, be doing these almost for 150 days in a row. In fact, I will quickly check. I've been doing it for about 148 days in a row, I believe. Insane stuff, honestly. Started on August 1st. If you enjoy these streams, be doing these, then leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more, and welcome to the Casper family and crypto family. We're going to be building wealth and knowledge as we go on in this space, in this wealth transfer bull cycle, if you will. December is ending, have not even hit 20 cents. You're right, Mohammed. It's struggling and it sucks. I was hoping to see at least near all-time highs. Of course, the market said otherwise. But the fact that Casper is holding strong here for the meantime, which I'm happy about, and also made this all-time high here, not seen for 4 months, for me is bullish enough. And either way, for what is to come in the new year, my conviction for Casper stays stronger than ever. The FUD growing does not waver me at all. I just stay strong in my conviction. These two catalysts, and Mr. Miles talks about it quite a lot. Shout out to him. I hate him, but shout out to him. These two catalysts, being the addresses growing more and more, and the hash rate now actually climbing again, are two of the main. If I didn't want to do any major research into a project or leave Casper, those are the two main things to look towards: the hash rate and the holders. That's showing that the proof of work project is getting more work done, more proof of work, more mining, and the holders are growing more and more. So again, the project is fine. The price is struggling, but the project in itself is fine. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all of you though, and happy holidays. Hope you're having a very, very good day. You can't deposit or withdraw Casper on MEXC at the moment, maybe because maybe something is coping. One question, guys, it won't be able to be at exchanges to have something, technically speaking. I mean, yeah, I have heard as well MEXC are also not allowing withdrawal of Casper right now, which is always negative, very, very bad. I think 10 BPS is going to be coming on exchanges very, very soon with the test. I mean, all of them will be doing the test right now with with the Casper already put on the incentive, if you will, for the testnet 11 for pools and exchanges. I'm trying to find the post. Yeah, here you go. But you can see all the other. It was enhanced user experience. That sort of step is actually already done, which is huge. But again, you're seeing the exchanges start to be jumping onto testnet. Look at the call to action here. Testnet 11 done. You can now enter enhanced user experience stage or the crescendo hard fork, where you, the mainnet node operator, play an important role, inviting pools, exchanges, and all integrators to run the testnet 11 node and test your software against that node. So we're seeing exchanges start to jump on board testnet 11, testnet 10. That might be why MEXC is also struggling right now with Casper, potentially. Time will tell, but MEXC need to sort their stuff out, honestly, because it's frustrating for Casper. Yeah, again, that's also what I imagine a lot of people will be doing, swapping out of their Casper once they reach the all-time high again to get either make a small bit of profit or to break even. Be a strong level of resistance here. I get that much as well. But I think with what is to come for Casper, it will just shake out the rest of the paper bags, the people. I mean, I'm not necessarily calling you paper hands. I understand you want to sell Casper. That's perfectly fine, I'm not telling you what to invest into. But I think Casper's going to see a lot more adoption coming very soon. Again, altcoin daily, keep in mind. Altcoin daily, who is, over 1.5 million subscribers. He's by no means a small name. He's the one who's talking about, oh yeah, Casper was out of the top 20. He made a video, top 21 crypto projects. Very, very recently for 2025. This one here. Top 21 cryptos that are under $1 that can explode in 2025. Casper was the first one he mentioned. And I think there's a reason for that. So I think you'll see a lot of people get shaken out here. People who finally made the profit or broken even will get out here. Same will probably happen at 22 sort of cent. And then once it passes that, you'll probably see quite a parabolic move upwards from there on. I like to believe. Not financial advice once more. But based on what's happening in this space, for what's coming to Casper, you'll see a lot of movement, I'm sure. If Casper decimates XRP market cap in the peak, Casper will be at 650 per Casper. I don't think Casper will reach that sort of level of the cycle. XRP's got too much institutional adoption. But hopefully one day when Casper gets more adoption, that'll happen. I agree. But again, as himself as an investor, he's hard to do what he wants. People who took out a lot of their Casper for KRC20, that could be in a similar case, you could argue. Of course, it's still the Casper ecosystem, but it's still a similar argument to be made. They can do as they want. That's fine by me. I don't care. My only hope is that, in my belief, when Casper takes off, I just pray that they don't end up becoming, rather better choice of word, becoming clowns than jumping back on the ship again. Like if they are left quietly, fine. You have quite a thing. There's no money in it right now. I'll come back when it's maybe better or something like that. But if you leave, kind of stating you're never going to come back to it, sort of thing, and then come back when the price is back again, like it's just, it doesn't. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. But again, he can do as he wants, man. Everyone single one who saw Bitcoin at $200 had got their reasons too. Exactly. People who saw Bitcoin early had, and much they regret it now, they had reasons to do so. You can argue the same thing for Casper. What's up, Perk 7 man? Welcome back to the stream. Morning guys, morning Buffalo 30. Sorry I'm late, just woke up. Hey, it's good man. Welcome to the stream. Hope you had a very, very good Christmas. QS20, I hold only top 3, and it's my ticket for the cycle. It will wait, and I don't care. I mean, the top 3 right now on CoinMarketCap seem to be Kango, Nacho, and Casper. I think those are decent picks. I know Archie loves this one. Crypto Archie. Nacho's the biggest adopter right now, and Kango's a very decent one as well. I like those 3. I like Gold. I like Casper Ghost. I like Conan. I like Bert. And I know you're seeing a lot of more blue chips, I'm sure, coming up in due time. The time for the tokens will come soon enough. I think these 2 will be the biggest gainers. Kango's got a lot of stuff that's very, very interactive. I've come to respect Kango a lot more after doing my research into it and being called out, rightly so. Nacho, I've always had a good thing behind it, based on the sentiment behind it. And then Casper, I've also liked Casper Bob, the 3-legged cat, good sentiment behind it. Gold being AI, again a big thing. Casper Ghost, I've always thought done very, very well as well. Casper Bitcoin at the very bottom of the range. Yeah, Casper Bitcoin, Casper's been always outplaying Bitcoin for the whole time. For the first time, on CoinEx, this is according to CoinEx. But you can see it happened at the very beginning of CoinEx's listing of Casper, where Casper did drop below Bitcoin and then started outperforming it for, since 2023 August, so a year. And now, for the first time in a year, it's dropped below Bitcoin again. It's not outperforming Bitcoin. It's currently down about, I imagine, 5%, 7%. But I think that's going to turn tail in due time in the cycle. You'll probably see Bitcoin come up a little bit more, Casper come down a little bit more, maybe around here. But it is at the absolute bottom right now, we can see. It's the lowest we've seen with Casper. So hopefully, this will prove that Casper won't be going further down than here. You see Casper start to pump again in due time. But again, that's just one of many TA you could do to make a judgment of where you think Casper can go. Happy Hallow Days. Welcome back, my man. Burnt One Crypto. Does anyone have a list or somewhere that breaks down the difference between XRP and Casper? I don't have one on hand, Buffalo Theory, but I could probably make one. Truth be told, if you want a very, very intellectual but yet somewhat biased view, I say biased, I love the man, ask Cody. Cody obviously right now, Christmas period, don't bug him too much. He's got his family to deal with. But Cody loves Bitcoin, loves Casper. He's very bullish on those 2, and he hates XRP. I get it. People don't like XRP, that's fair enough. I can explain some of the differences and stuff like that to it, but I know Cody can give you a lot. Cody, I think, will be able to give you a very, very detailed breakdown of it, should you ask him. But I'm sure there'll be information and stuff out there. You could even ask ChatGPT to say what's the difference between Casper and XRP. Ultimately, right now, Casper for me is a lot better than XRP in regards to the sentiment of crypto, future decentralization, that sort of stuff. But in terms of development and adoption and price, XRP has it right now. Ripple, the company, being about longer than Bitcoin. XRP came out later, of course, but therefore XRP Ripple been about for as long as Bitcoin, if not longer than Bitcoin. So it's got that adoption there. I think our community needs to see this. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it does as well. I hold XRP because even though I don't trust XRP and it's like VC backing, pre-allocation to the employees and whatnot, understand that money moves, money talks. And where the money's at, that's what's going to make it pump. Institutions and banks want XRP right now, seemingly, so that's why I got XRP. While I did miss out on some of my bags, so I got it a little bit early. And not took it all out, I took out like a portion of it. Could have made a lot more though, but I could understand that XRP is one that's going to probably pump a lot more in this cycle. I think it could reach $5 a cycle. Based on what's to come with ETFs coming out soon as well, and everything else. New humpback in the top addresses. Oh, is that so? You can see that right here. Yes, after 24 hours is great stuff to see. That most likely is another exchange. Your humpbacks, of course, being anything above 100 million. We can scroll down here. You can see here, this wallet here went from just under 100 million up to above it at 20 million. Casper. Can't say what wallet this is. So it only had 9 transactions, so not many. So it might just be one big holder, potentially the exchange, but so few transactions. Who can say for sure? Exchanges tend to have quite a lot of transactions. Well, if they're an active wallet at least, have a lot of transactions. It could be a liquidity wallet. But of course, time will tell. But yeah, I'm just quickly looking for some more questions. People talking about long in sushi. Just seeing some more questions here. I think I've got through most of them. Wow. QC. So I'm looking for more questions. So QC, what do you think of what I said about Casper market capacity to XRP? I did read through it. I do agree, of course, the element of, Casper being fair launch, proof of work, being a very good thing, being decentralized as well. There's a lot of difference between the two. I do agree with that much. And Casper is a very sound bet. The chance of XRP potentially rugging based on the fact that it's centralized is high, whereas Casper's a lot lower because it is decentralized. I agree from what I did see. Yeah, my man. I think it was a good analysis. And I think XRP, for as it is, I hold it because I do see more price potential. But that's the thing as well. That's also why I hold Sui. I don't trust Sui. I don't trust XRP in regards to those projects because I understand their VC backing and the incentive they will have to just want to make money. So I understand they want to make money, so I'm going to put money into it to take profits and then put it into ones that are focusing on really, really building things that don't really care so much about price action, being Casper, being Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. Good luck to your trading. Hey, thank you very much, man. Again, this is sourced. I mean, hope everyone has a good luck with their trading into the new year, the new cycle, and those who are want to learn more, and will hopefully not get taken advantage of. Then yeah, you once more can go check out the what page, or if you want to get a feeling for the space, if you will, then once we go check out the free Discord server, link is here. Get understand the community in there, the vibe in there, learn a lot more in there because there's a lot of information to put in there already. And then if you want to level up and learn more and got to actual trading strategies, trades to make, market analysis, portfolio reviews, everything else that we provide in there. We're going to be starting to do weekly calls as well, weekly live streams with some pro analysis, stuff like that as well, which will be very, very helpful. All sorts of stuff as well, access to hidden gems. Then yeah, go check it out. Once more, that link is also in the chat as well. Because again, with what's to come in the space, to give you a quick reminder what's more, come to Casper again. Casper's got to have a lot of stuff coming to it very, very soon. But what's to come to this space again, this sort of information here, we're not late. That's going to be a crucial element to making more money in this cycle, in trading in general and just in projects in general. Holding Casper is the best for me, and I feel good at doing that. I am happy for you, my man. Again, I think holding Casper is a strong bet as well. I hold Casper, biggest portfolio, and I just have small bags here and there, and other projects but also have a small bag for trading, which I then make that profit and put that into Casper. Especially with Casper's price being the way it has been for a while, frustrating as it has been, that's also been quite a nice feeling to be able to still make profit in crypto and then put that money into Casper again. So I'm DCAing more into it. Right now I'm with the new year when the money is come back in, and I'll be going into it again. It's always a good way to leverage your capital if you know what you're doing with proper risk management and TP strategy. Again, you're completely right. Merry Kas Kaspa Frog. Having a very, very good time, my man. Happy holidays to you, and also Happy New Year. Obviously, we're about a week off from that, but I'll be here nonetheless either way. What's up, my man? Merry Kaspa to you too. Merry Kaspa, Steve, and everyone else here. It's the same thing again. Yo, Dusty. Welcome back to the stream. Oh, ho, ho, ho for the Christmas spirit. What do you consider a small bag? Your capital, my man. In terms of your capital, for some people, if you only got $1,000, a small bag would be. A small bag, I would say, is probably 5% and under. 5% and under is a small bag for me. So if you hold 1K, $50 is a small bag. If you have 100K, then 5K is a small bag. Yes, the math is right. Yeah. For me, a small bag, is something like 5%. But again, it comes down to your element of risk management. It could be 1%. If you have $1 million in crypto or investments, you can only put 1% in. 1% of $1 million is already 10K. Yeah, apologies. Yeah, it's already 10K. So that in itself would be a small bag. It really is relative on your capital. The smaller your capital is, the smaller the bag will be, and you might want to put less risk into it. Some of the bags I put in some of these projects, even the one like these ones here, obviously is the Patreon that I have. So where it's at. But if I could have put in fact, I did put in like a $5 into that. I didn't put much into it at all. Because I didn't, I was just putting it in there, just see what happens. And, should I take it out at the top? We made a 25x on that. So £5 into into 125, which would have easily paid off, you know, easily have paid off the Patreon. So I mean, it's fantastic. But yeah, it really depends on your capital, man. And yeah, Casper for me is very, very solid, damn straight about it. But that being said, Casper, the good, the bad, the ugly. I do enjoy these videos, these streams at times like this. Of course, I don't really like covering the ugly, but it has to be done. But for what to expect for Casper 2025, I think we'll see very, very big things. Potentially, if Coinpedia is right, we'll see some big things coming for Casper this week. Of course, time will tell. But that being said, thank you all once more for watching today's stream. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Have a very good time with your families and friends and everyone else. I would also say, you know, in the space of how Casper is and even the market right now, the market being a bit slow, maybe take this time just to take a step away, cool off, you know, have a little bit of just a bit of an easing period, you know, for the next couple of days or so, and then come back headstrong into the new year when the market starts to go absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. That's the time when you'll be making some serious money. You would have made some money this cycle, hopefully, already. If you've been doing other stuff as well, not just Casper. But there's a lot more to come for the space. So hopefully you have an all very, very good day. Happy Christmas to you all. Awesome, Adam Bateman man. Welcome back to the stream. Do you consider that 10k Casper as a good amount to hold? Up to your capital, man. How much you want to hold? 10k Casper right now will be around $1,000 or so. I mean, that sounds like a decent amount to me. You know, if you have the capital to do that, and it's not it's your money you're willing to lose. Because again, much as I think capital's going to go up, it could go to zero. Chances of that for me personally is very, very small. Not financial advice, of course, but it's up to your capital and how much you're willing. Because ultimately, anything you do to invest, is the money you invest should be understanding of money you're willing to lose. You know, for me, Casper is one of the safest bets in this space alongside Bitcoin. But ultimately, everything I have in this space, money that I have, it's excess capital that I'm willing to lose. Should I lose it? Well, thankfully, I've not lost much, or if stuff I have lost, I've made back. But I think 10k is a decent amount, my man. Even though people haven't got that much money, again, invest how much you like to, if you choose to. Do your own research. Come chill chat and learn more in the free Discord server. Once more, homepage, description, also link in chat right now. And if you want to level up your game to an extent and learn how to actively train and learn a lot more in this space, trading, all this sort of stuff as well, check out the executive channel, executive page, link in chat once more. Have a good day, guys. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care now.